A federal high court sitting in Lagos on Wednesday slammed a 200,000 naira fine on former Minister of Aviation FANI-KAYODE following his absence to take his plea on an alleged 4.6 billion naira fraud charge. Justice Daniel Osiago, who made the order, also threatened to revoke the bail being enjoyed by FANI-KAYODE. The bail was granted in 2016 by Justice Sule Muslim Hassan, who has since been elevated to the Court of Appeal. FANI-KAYODE, former Minister of Finance, Mrs. Nenandi Esther Usman, Danjuma Yusuf, a former chairman of Algon, and a limited liability company, Joint Trust Dimensions Nigerian Limited, were jointly arraigned before the judge by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). Midway through their trial, the defendant's case was transferred to Justice Rilwan Akawa on the ground that Justice Hassan was formerly an EFCC legal officer. The defendant's plea was retaken before Justice Akawa. Also midway through the second trial, Justice Akawa was transferred to another jurisdiction of the court. Hence, the case file was transferred to the new judge, Justice Osiogo, for the matter to commence afresh. At a resumed hearing of the matter on Wednesday, prosecution counsel Mrs. Biliski Buhari informed the court that second defendant Femi FANI-KAYODE was not in court to take his plea. The prosecutors prayed the court to revoke FANI-KAYODE's bail. But FANI-KAYODE's counsel F.B. Ajuda prayed the court to decline the application, saying the defendant had sent in a letter explaining his absence. FANI-KAYODE, he explained, is on bed rest at Kubwa General Hospital, Abuja. According to Ajuda, FANI-KAYODE has been readily attending his trial since the matter commenced in 2016, and this was his first absence. He apologized for the defendant's absence and prayed the court not to revoke his bail. Ajadwa then applied for a short adjournment. But when Justice Osiago persuaded the court's record, he discovered that contrary to the lawyer's claim, FANI-KAYODE had been absent from court 5 times already. He noted the 5 times of absence stalled the smooth hearing of the charge. Justice Osiago then gave the lawyer 2 options of either to revoke FANI-KAYODE's bail or the defendant would pay a fine of 200,000 naira. Ajadu opted for the latter, following which the judge ordered that the fine must be paid before the next adjourned date. He adjourned till November 30th for the defendant's arraignment. The EFCC, in a charge marked FHC/L/C/251C/2016, alleged that Usman, a former Minister of Finance under the Goodluck Jonathan administration, FANI-KAYODE, who also served the Goodluck Jonathan campaign organization, Danjuma Yusuf, and Joint Trust Dimensions Nigerian Limited, on or before January 2015, unlawfully retained the sum of 4.6 billion naira, which they knew to be proceeds of an unlawful act. While the former State Minister for Finance, Danjuma Yusuf, and Joint Trust Dimensions allegedly retained 1.5 billion naira, FANI-KAYODE and Olubode Oke, said to be at large, were alleged to have retained 1.6 billion naira. The defendants were also alleged to have made payments of several amounts running to billions on naira without going through financial institutions. The offences, according to the Anti-Graft Agency, contravene Section 1A, 15(2)d, 16d, 18a, 16d, 18a of the Money Laundering Prohibition Amendment Act 2012 and punishable under Section 15 of 3, 16 of 2b, and 4 of the same Act. Count 1 of the charge read that you, Nenandi Esther Usman, Femi FANI-KAYODE, Danjuma Yusuf, and Joint Trust Dimensions Nigeria Limited, on or about the 8th day of January 2015, conspired amongst yourselves to directly retain the sum of 1.5 billion naira, which some you reasonably ought to have known form part of the proceeds of an unlawful act, to wit, stealing. Count 17 reads that you, Femi Fani-Kayode and Olubode Oke, still at large, on or about the 12th day of February 2015 in Lagos, without going through a financial institution, made cash payments in the sum of 6 million naira to Paste Posters Co. PPC of 125 Lewis Street, Lagos Island, Lagos, which sum exceeded the amount authorized by law, and you thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 1A, Section 16D, and the Money Laundering Prohibition Amendment Act 2012, and punishable under Section 16(2)(b) of the same Act. Femi Fani-Kayode, he's had these fraud allegations against him, and this allegation, they've been against him since 2015, and he was even granted bail in 2016. And you know that was why his recent move from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress, Nigerians read a lot of meanings to it. They interpreted it differently, that this man is only moving right now that the EFCC, they are very close to him. You know, APC, they have this saying, they have this belief there, and it's what is happening in that party, the ruling party. It's such a shame anyway. They have this belief that if you join the ruling party, all your sins are forgiven. That was why all of these insinuations were drawn from his recent movement to join the ruling party, so that his sins will be forgiven. Well, the case has just come up again. So the alleged, and the case is about 4.6 billion naira fraud, alleged 4.6 billion naira fraud. All of this happened during Goodluck Jonathan's administration. Femi Fani-Kayode, we know that he was the former Minister of Aviation. Himself and some other persons are all in this alleged fraud case. He did not turn up in one of the hearings, and as a result, he's been fined 200,000 naira. But that wasn't what happened initially. The judge gave two options, that either his bail will be revoked, the bail that was granted him in 2016 will be revoked, or he pays 200,000 naira. He opted for the later. He opted to pay 200,000 naira, and the reason he gave for not turning up, for not showing up, was that he was bedridden, that he was sick in one hospital in Kubwa. Well, guys, let's hear your own take. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe till I come your way again on more updates. Bye.